Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you, all of you, wherever you are. I welcome you back with the 10th lecture of the explanation of Surah Al Kahf. With Allah saying, after seeking His refuge from the Shaitan al Rajim, and they're asking you about Dhul Qarnayn. Tell them, I will mention a story for him. We'll stop here at, and they're asking you that asking they're asking you is mentioned 13 times in the Quran. In Surah Al-Baqarah, they're asking you about the Ahilla. It stands for people for Hajj. And another time in the same surah, they're asking you, what do they spend? You say, what do you spend in goodness for the parents and the close relatives. And also in the same surah, the third time, they're asking about the sacred month, fighting in it. Says fighting in it is big sin, and it is staying away from the path of Allah and take it's the people of the Masjid al-Haram is bigger than Allah than anything else. Also, the fourth time in the same surah, they're asking about the gambling and alcohol. There is some benefit in it, but there is more harm. And they ask you what to spend. It is to forgiveness. This is to Allah showed you the ayat, so they could you. And also another one, Allah is saying that they ask you about the orphans. Also in the same surah, they ask you about the period. It is harm, so stay away from women during their period. Do not touch them sexually until they purified. And another surah, they're asking you what is permitted for them. Say it's the goods. In Surah Al-Araf, they ask you about the hour. Let's say about the hour. The Surah Al-Anfal, they're asking about the Anfal to the end of the ayah. In Surah Al-Isra, and they are asking you about the spirit. Say the spirit from Allah's order, and I was not given from knowledge except little. And then this area in Surah Al-Kahf, and they're asking you about Dhul Qarnayn. See, I will tell you, I will mention something for you. And then Surah Taha, they ask you about the mountains. Say Allah will blow it. And the end, Surah Al-Nazi'at, they're asking you about the hours to the end of the ayah. Pay attention that when Allah talk about, pay attention that when my servant asks you about me, don't Allah did not put anything intercede between him and the answer. He said, tell them. So there is no intermediate between you and Allah. If you ask Allah. If you count on Allah. If you seek help from Allah. The intermediate, the messengers, is to receive the message from Allah, to have the proof from Allah, to have the clarity from Allah, to have knowledge from Allah. But if you need something from Allah, there is nothing. You do directly to Allah. So back to this Surah Al-Kahf. What about the Al-Qarnayn? For those who are following us, what we mentioned, that Quraysh, they sent a group to the people of the book to ask them about the Prophet ﷺ and to give them his character. They said, we found his description in the Torah. If it is like you described, he is a prophet and it's going to happen. But ask him about three things. He will tell you two, but he will not tell you the third one, if he is a prophet. So they went back from the Jews and they went to the Prophet ﷺ and they told him, they asked him about a man that go on the earth and and kids don't know what happened, and about the spirit. Meaning the Qarnayn who get east and west, and the spirit, and the people of Al Kahf. Or came about a person who goes all over the earth, and kids don't know what happened to them, young people, and it was Surah Al Kahf. It was said that Jibril, he delayed coming back with the answer for 15 days on the Prophet ﷺ, because he did not say, I will tell you tomorrow. He didn't say, Inshallah. So he slowed down 15 days. So that was hard on the Prophet ﷺ. When he mentioned that to Jibril, he said, because you left, Inshallah. Allah said, do not say to something that I'm going to do that tomorrow, except Allah's wish. And then he told him. And he told him the stories about the hadith of the Qarnayn, and about the spirit and the people of the Kahf. And he said to Quraysh, and they went to him, and he told them about the Qarnayn. He said, the spirit from my Lord. So when it was the same thing like the Jews said that he will not tell you about the third one, what did they say? Did they believe? No. This is two magicians. The Quran and the Torah, they are magicians, and we disbelieve. Allah said, if we send the angels and the dead talk to them, and we gather everything in front of them, they will not to believe, except if Allah wishes. They are asking about Dhul Qarnayn. He is from the four kings that owned everything on earth. Four, two believers and two disbelievers. Dhul Qarnayn and Sulaiman, believers. Mukhtanasar and Namrud, they disbelieved. We hear Allah say Namrud, don't you see the person who debated Ibrahim on his Lord, that Allah gave him the kingdom? Also, it says that ayah that Allah gave to the Qarnayn on earth, I gave him the means. Allah says we give him strength on earth, and we give him a tool for everything, meaning we give him a kingdom that he is very holding, very tight, of soldiers and war, and that's why he owned east and west. And all the kings, they followed him. We give him everything that is required. Not everything, meaning it's not general, but Allah Azza wa Jal said, for example, Allah said in the Balqis, from the Hudud, she was given from everything, and she had a great kingdom. Meaning what is suitable for her, because she did not get the faith of Sulaiman or his kingdom. Also in the story of the wind that Allah sent to Ad, Allah said it would destroy everything with the order of His Lord, from what is going to affect people, but did not destroy their places. So their places of residence that was not destroyed. So Allah, whenever He said talk about everything, it depends on the thing that's suitable for it. So why Allah Azza wa Jalla called him with the Qarnayn? Because he got to the horn of the sun from its east and its west. and that's why it's called Al Qunnan. It was said because he used to have two pieces of hair. The hair used to be called horn at that time, and it was said also that he used to have a hat that has two horns. All of it, there's no proof in any of them. The, the space of unknown, we don't have a window we could look through it, except the inspiration. So anything from the saying of Rasulullah, then we take with it. And what is taken with the people of the book, we talk about it, but we don't believe nor do we deny. So Allah said that we have given him strength on earth. And we've given him from everything a reason. Meaning that we give him the sounds of earth, and it was said the speech of people. Every time he conquered a place, he talked to them with their language. So every time he get a path, he go through another path. I mean, he took all the roads that will take him to his destination. The ayah is talking, I will tell you, mention something that's beneficial from his conditions, what could be learned, and it will be a reason. So Allah gave him strength on earth. And Allah gave from everything a reason. So he found a reason. Allah gave him from all the things that he needs. And Allah made it easy for him to go east and west. So not every person who has something of the reasons, he will be able to take that path. And not everybody is capable. So if there is the capability and work, then you reach the destination. These are the reasons that Allah has given to the Quran. Allah did not tell us what are they, nor did the Prophet ﷺ tell us about it. And so we just be quiet about the things because we don't believe, nor do we deny. So until he reached the sunset of the sun, he found it that it comes into a spring that is very hot. And so we said, either you punish or you take good deeds with them. So he took a bath where he took, and from the earth he could reach from the and to get to the sunset of the sun. What is mentioned in the people of the stories, that he went for a long time. This is not true because this is from their fabrication. But from what you see, as if she is sunsetting in a spring water. In his eyes, that it is sunsetting in the Atlantic. This is for everybody who got to the. You think that all the on the beach he found that is going down and does not leave that place.
معنى حمئة مشتقة من الحمأة وتذكير كما قال تعالى إني
Like Allah
خلقت
said,
بشرا من
I'm going to
صلصال
create
حمأ
a human
مسنون
from
أي
Salsan.
من طين أملس من حمأ مسنون بعين حمأة ووجد
And
عندها
he found
قوما
people,
أي أمة من الأمم
a nation, they were mentioned.
أي ذكروا أنهم كانوا أمة عظيمة من بني آدم قلنا يا ذا القرنين إما أن تعذب وإما أن
So
تتخذ
either
فيهم
you
حسنا
punish them or you take
أنجاه
goodness.
الله تعالى
Allah allowed them to control them.
حكمه الله
Allah
تعالى
gave him
فيه
to rule them.
أظفره به
He's
خيره إن
victorious and he gave
شاء
him choice to
عذب
punish
وإن شاء
or if he wants he will
اتخذ فيهم
take
حسنا
goodness.
ثم ظهر من عدله
And from his
وإيمانه
faith and his
وحسن سياسته
good
ما قصر
politics,
عنه
what Allah mentioned about him.
لقد خيره إن شاء
He was given a choice
والظاهر أنهم كانوا كفارا أو فساقا أو أن فيهم شيئا فقط لأنهم لو كانوا مؤمنين
because if they were believers and not
لو
rebellious,
كانوا مؤمنين طائعين
obedience to
لم
Allah,
يخلقوا في تعذيب
He will not be allowed to
فكان
punish
عند
them.
القرنين من السياسة
So
الشرعية ما استحق به شيئا لتوفيق الله
he had the,
فقال سأجعلهم قسمين أما
so he
من
said,
ظلم
I will have two
هنا بمعنى الكفر كأنه
types.
وقع في
The first one,
طرفين
those who did wrong,
والمسلم
being disbelieved,
ولا شك أن الكفر
and the transgression and disbelief
أعظم
are the worst time of transgression. Where Allah said,
الذين
those who believed,
ولم يلبسوا إيمانهم بظلم أولئك لهم
they did not miss their faith with transgression. It was very hard to the companions when they heard that. He said, and who was among us, his faith was not being judged with this grace. He said, no, it's not what you're thinking. It is the shirk put bar with Allah, because Luqman said to his son, oh, my son, do not have partners with Allah, because partners with Allah is a great sin. It's a great transgression. Allah put the punishment in this ayah before the punishment of the hereafter. And he mentioned the worldly punishment for, and they don't believe in Allah and do not seek Allah's meeting, nor do they seek the day of judgment. But those who did wrong, Allah said, we're going to punish them. Then He will go back to His Lord. He will punish them again. But for those who believed and did good deeds, Allah said that He will get the reward of the goodness.
يعني من تابعنا على ما ندعوه إليه من عبادة الله وحده لا شريك له فله جزاء الحسنى في الدار الآخرة عند الله عز وجل الحسنى الجنة للذين أحسنوا.
Allah said, for those who do good, they get the husna in paradise and extra. And the extra is to look at the face of Allah.
سنقول له من أمرنا يسرا
And we're going to tell him from our good,
وسيكون له من شأننا يسرا يعني بلسان اليسر
so
بلسان الحال
he will get the ease with his
ثم أتبع سببا
situation. Then he followed a path.
فسار من مغرب الشمس إلى مغربها
So he went from the west to east.
كان كلما مر من
And every time he passed by a nation, he will
ودعاهم
beat
إلى
them.
الله عز وجل
And he invite them
فإن
to
أطاعوه
Allah.
وإلا أذلهم وأرغم آنافهم واستباح أموالهم وأمتعتهم واستخدم من كل أمة ما
And he
تستحق منهم
used from each one.
على قتال الإقليم المتأخر حتى إذا بلغ مطلع الشمس وجدها تطلع على قوم لم نجعل لهم من دونها سترا وكلمة الشمس
And the
لم نجعل
sun,
لهم من دونها سترا
Allah said, we don't give them a cover.
إنهم محاصرون بين جبال عالية
They were uh,
لكن لا
surrounded
يرون الشمس
from high places.
نظرا لوجود الجبال لم نجعل لهم من
So Allah
دونها
said, we did
سترا
not made a cover for them.
أي هذا المكان
Meaning that place
له خصائص
it has specialty,
جغرافية
geological one,
بحيث تكون الشمس عليهم
where the sun is on them most of the time during the,
فلا تغيب عنهم
so it doesn't leave them.
أعمالهم سبيل كما لو كان غروب ولا غروب ولا يغيب وهذه الخاصية موجودة في بعض المناطق كسيبيريا مثلا
And you can see that in
فإذا
Siberia,
أقرب إلى مركز دوران
because it's
الشمس
closer to the sun
بحيث ترى
spinning.
الشمس
When you see the sun,
تتحرك في شكل
when she is moving in a circular way,
إليها لا تغيب
so it does not leave, but it's surrounding him.
تظل فيها الشمس يظل فيها النهار
The sun stays on over 6 months,
ومن هذا مواضع
and in other areas,
تغيب عن
the sun is sunset for 6 months.
يمتد فيها الليل وهذه استثناءات
These are exceptions
غير الكرة
in the sides of the earth. And Allah bestowed His servants. He said, "Do you see?
جعل الله
If Allah made
الليل
the night
سرمدا إلى يوم
eternal until the day of judgment,
بل إله
who is the God beside Allah is going to give you a light beside Allah?
إن جعل
Or
الله
if Allah Azza wa Jal made the daytime
إلى يوم
consistent until the day of judgment, who is beside Allah can give you a break?"
تسكنون فيه أفلا تبصرون ومن رحمته جعل لكم الليل والنهار
And from His mercy, He made the day and night so you could settle in it, and so you could get from His bounty, so you might be grateful
مطلع الشمس من الأرض وإذا تطلع على
from the heat of the sun.
لهم من دونها سترا
So nothing could.
وقد
And
أحطنا
that's
بما
how we
لديه
have from everything He had knowledge,
أي نحن مطلعون
meaning that we are looking at all His conditions.
وأحوال جيشه لا يخفى علينا
Mm.
منها شيء وإن تفرقت خطوط وتقطعت بهم الأرض فإنه تعالى لا يخفى عليه شيء في الأرض
Nothing could be hidden from Allah in heavens or earth. Luqman said, "Oh my son, if it is a grain weight of, and it is in the stone, or in the heavens or earth, Allah will bring it." Allah is very,
ما يكون من نجوى ثلاثة إلا هو
and there's
ولا
no,
خمسة إلا هو سادسهم ولا أدنى من ذلك ولا أكثر
and nothing bigger or more than He is. Allah is there with His knowledge, and then He will tell them what they did at the day of judgment.
ثم يقول تعالى مخبرا عن القريب
Allah said about the Quran, and then He followed a reason,
أي سلك
meaning He took a path
الأرض
from the east,
والله جل وعلا مسبب
and Allah is the one who gave him those reasons,
يتبع
and he keep
سبيله
following until he reaches destination. He believes that Allah Azza wa Jal direct him when He make things easy for him. And so until he reached between the two bridges, he found people who don't understand anything. In that area is what Juj and Majuj will come in. So they spread
الحرث والنسل
corruption.
من يأجوج ومأجوج
Who's Ya'juj and Ma'juj?
قبيلتان
There are two tribes
عظيمتان من سلالة آدم عليه
from
السلام
Adam, peace be upon him.
كما ثبت في الصحيح أن الله تعالى يقول
That's Allah said the hadith.
فيقول
Oh
لبيك
Adam, he said,
وسعديك
yes, my Lord.
فيقول ابعث بعث
He said,
النار
send the people of the
فيقول
hellfire.
وما بعث
He said,
النار
what is the
فيقول من كل ألف
people of hellfire? He said, from each 1,999 for hellfire and one to paradise. At that time, every person looked intoxicated. It's a horrible day. So when the companions heard this, they said, who's going to survive? Who is going to, from this person? He said, you have two things. And another one, there is two characters. There is nothing in it except that will make it upon us. And whom have disbelief in the people and from the jinn. So Allah has put in 999 of those in one scale and the other ones in the other. So he found some people who don't understand because they are away from people. Not even get closer. And we said Ya'juj and Ma'juj are two tribes from the sons of Adams. And they are a true Quranic. This is not a philosophy. It is a true news. They have every Muslim reads it. Those people, they were present behind the dam that the Qur'an has built, so they will not corrupt on earth. And then Allah has said on that news, this is the mercy of your Lord. Allah made that he blew up and made nothing in it, and Allah's promise was truthful. Until Ya'juj and Ma'juj opened up, and they are coming from every place. Meaning he is from every place. That's so the true promise is getting close, and you will find those who disbelieve. Their sight glazed. They will say, "Oh, we are unaware of this, but we were transgressors." The Sunnah has clarified to us that the promise of Allah that this dam will be demolished at the end of time and be one of the last hour on earth, because in the hadith of Hudhayfa ibn Asim that the Prophet ﷺ in a room and we are underneath him, so he looked at us. He said, "What are you mentioning?" We said, "The hour." He said, "It will not happen until 10 signs, eclipse in the east, and one in the west, and one in the Arabian Peninsula, and the Dukhan, and the Antichrist, and the camel, and Ya'juj and Ma'juj, and the sun comes from its west, and a fire that go from Adan to the end of the hadith." It was narrated by Muslim. Also, there is the hadith An-Nawas, son of Sam'an. It's a long one, beautiful. It shows you some of the conditions of the hour.
نحن على موقف
So we are into a look into that next time, inshallah.